Alrighty, guys, what is going on? Corbin with Corbin's Corner Reviews back again for another episode. Just rifling through them today. I love it. And today we have the Ultra Vapor R. This is a really challenging bag for me to review. I will tell you that right now. I'll talk about it as I'm throwing it. It throws me through a loop. It's really wild. Before we get into it, thank you to the gentleman that sent me these pitch pads. That's all I'm going to say, but thank you very much. He did not want to be recognized, but thank you. They're awesome. Absolutely love them. I do have two sponsors, Black Sheep Baggers and the Cornhole Cave. BlackSheepBaggers.com, bags, boards, accessories, apparel, all the good stuff. Customer service is top notch. Use code Corbin5 for 10% off there. And the Cornhole Cave is a brick and mortar out of Wichita, Kansas. So go see the bags, see the boards, grab a t-shirt, talk to the owner. Same or next day shipping on his website, constant sales on his website. And I do have a Patreon down below as well. Woohoo! Let's go. Under a minute. Killed it. So the Ultra Vapor R, man, it's weird. Honestly, I bought this because I was like, I want to love it. I want to love it. I hit a drop. That was cool. I'm still so torn. I have no idea. It's just, they're different. So let's get into it. ACL Pro Stamp 2023. Price, they're $85 plus shipping on drop days, and they are $125 plus shipping on non-drop days if they're available. That's fine. It's Ultra's pricing. We all know it. So not a big deal there. Break-in method. I've done them a couple times, honestly. I did Toss Sauce OG with a little splash of wrinkle guard once. ShopTossSauce.com, Corbin10 for 10% off there. I did that. I did a wrinkle guard wash with some clothes, and I've tumbled them a ton, and I've thrown them a ton. I still don't think they're where they need to be, and that's my hang up on them. And I'll get to it while I'm throwing, but that's okay. Speeds on these. This is also where it's weird. It should be like a 4.8. I don't think it is. I think it's like 5 to 6 on the slow and then 8 on the fast. I mean, the eight's going to be an 8 no matter what. The slow I think is going to slow down to like a 4 to 5. Right now it's 5 to 6, definitely 6 plus on certain days. It just really depends. And that's okay. But we'll get into 3Fs. We got fill, feel, and flop. The fill is like Ultra's fill that they use for like the Viper R's and all that. It's mostly disc, but it's a little bit asymmetrical in there. You know, it's a nice blend. Feels good. Overall feel of the bag is great. You guys know Ultra's quality. Corner seams edges are awesome. Closing stitches, stupid good. It's just great. Sublimation's awesome. And then flap, they're not wild. You know, I think Viper R's are definitely floppier, but I would say they might be a little floppier than like the Widow R's. So they're not wildly floppy, but they're in a nice middle range there. And then playability. This just throws me off. I want to say like blocks, flops, pushes, cuts, rolls, all that stuff, because you want to say that the slow side is carpet. It's not. It's not a carpet. They just decided to leave it white for the starburst pattern, but I've seen this in other Vapor R's, like the mint one, and the bottom side is sublimated. It's not carpet, so that's what really throws me off on it. But I mean, we'll talk about them. Let's talk about them. They play good. I like them. They're just weird and not what I was expecting. I've played against a lot of guys that throw Vapor R's. Brian, you know who you are. Oh no, I got a little bit of dirt on that back. Oh, I'll have to wash that off. Brian, you know who you are. He whooped my butt with some Vapor R's. I took him first game. He took me second. So is what it is. But I know that Derek Singleton likes them. But I could see him going to Viper R's now because Viper R's are just so good. But like right now, the Vapor R is playing perfect. I mean, I wouldn't want it to play any differently. I can be a little aggressive with it. It's still hole friendly. It's not going to hang up, but it's not going to punch me when I miss like that. See? So it is playing at a great speed right now. I have played with them indoors where I literally could almost not tell a difference between the two sides. You know, the carpet was just as fast. When they're breaking in, they were clogging a little bit, but that's a non-broken in bag. I kind of expect that, and that's okay. But it was just weird to me. You know, I expected the slow side to be slow, and I was almost hoping that them being an R series that they would use the R carpet on the backside. Um, they didn't, and that's okay. But I kind of would have liked that. Really would have liked that. I almost hope that they do like a Psycho R and use the Psycho Fast side because the Psycho Fast side is the same as this Vapor Fast side. So I'm hoping that they do a Psycho R and do this Fast side paired with that R carpet because that's going to be like my dream bag. I'll absolutely love how that bag plays. But this bag doesn't play poorly by any stretch of the imagination. Fast side, I know what it's going to do. I know how it's going to play. It's quick, mostly controllable, very hole friendly, good hand feel. See, super hole friendly. It'll push through. Oops. Okay, it's a good oops. It'll push through a ton of stuff. I love this fat side. Oh, that's off. This is my preferred fast side. You guys know this. I really like that 8-speed fast side. It's just, I'm a big fan of how it plays. Um, with these bags, it pairs really nicely, honestly, with the slow side. So when the slow side's playing just a little sticky, a little slow, the fast side does its thing. And right now, the slow side is playing a little sticky, a little slow. I'm kind of liking how they play right now. I'm always torn on getting rid of these bags, honestly, because, oh, thought that was going to cut a little. I have Viper R's, obviously, and I love them. So this bag, I'm trying to find a place, in my bag for it, and I don't know if I can. It's challenging because I want this slow side to really slow down, and I know that I thought that was gonna fall. I know there's plenty of guys that use this bag and they really like it. Theirs feel way different than mine do, and I don't know if it's because this is the Starburst version or what. You know, they use this white material. Not really sure why it does what it does, but it's one of those I'm really torn on. I really am. I like the hand feel. I mean, it plays plenty, plenty floppy, but still holding, Ultra's fullness. Get up. Thank you. I do like that, but it's just strange to me. And I'm gonna keep saying it because it is just very odd to me. It's an odd bag. Airmail. So it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna keep reiterating that, honestly, because it has confused me. I know that it can play great. I know that it can do what you want it to. And I feel like I've gotten the slow side broke in enough, but it almost just feels like a little, not stiff. Stiff isn't the right word. And maybe it's just the material that I'm not fully used to, but it just isn't quite what I was expecting. How about that? I think that's probably the most fair assessment. I was trying to lay a block there. Most fair assessment is it's not exactly what I was expecting. Does that make it a bad bag? Absolutely not. It's still a really good bag, and I can see a lot of people using this bag. Airmail again? Nope. I can see a lot of people using this bag. If you can't find the Viper R and you want something of like almost similar speeds, because it plays pretty close in speeds to Viper R's. Not identical, of course, and it's not going to do exactly what a Viper R will do, but plays pretty close, Not a horrible option if you don't like Widows. Like I don't like Widow fast side. So Widow R's just aren't quite for me, but if you like a bag kind of in this speed range, might not be an awful option. Oh, that was super nose down. Gonna have to try to grab that now. Let's just slide one in and then we can airmail the last one. I was kind of hoping that might happen. Perfect. Gonna airmail it anyway. Oof. Just a skosh short. But I mean, they play good. That's why I'm just so torn on them. I don't know. I don't know. Just don't know. Really like the design though. Those are cool. Very cool design. Like the red, white, and blue. All white back. Fan of that. Very cool design. I'm torn, guys. I'm torn. It's not often that I'm just completely torn on a bag. Typically I like it or I don't like it. And it's pretty evident which one it is. But with this bag, I'm right down the middle on it because I really like how it plays. It just plays different than, grab that, darn it. Just plays a little different than I expected it to, That should be fine. So, I mean, it's a good bag. It is. You guys know Ultra's quality. I'm not sure that Ultra makes a bad bag. I mean, well, okay, the butters. I don't really like the butters. I don't see a purpose for the butter, especially that fast side. It's just ridiculous. But there are players that like the butters. I know Tom Walter was throwing butters for a long time. He liked them a lot. So just kind of depends on what you're into. If you're into a non-carpet, oops. If you're into non-carpet, like, 4 to 5 on the slow, might not be a terrible option for you. I mean, they play nice. I'm throwing them well, That's deep. I throw them well. It's just hard for me to find a place in my bag for them because I like to have all different speeds in my bag. I like to have all the speed ranges covered, just depending on board conditions. And, sometimes when I'm playing against, we'll change what kind of bag I'm going to throw. But I like to have all the speeds covered. And this one just falls a little too close to some other bags that I throw pretty regularly. So it doesn't really make a spot in my bag, but oops. Oh, yeah, really good oops. But I can see how it might make a spot in yours. So Ah, that was terrible. That was terrible. Terrible. Should grab it. Yeah, no problems there. So send her off with an airmail. That's okay. So that is the Ultra Vapor R, guys. Not a bad bag. Definitely not bad. Not my favorite from Ultra. I will say that. There are better. I like the Viper R a lot better. I mean, the Viper R is kind of my bag right now. Still my go-to. All these months later, I just really, really like how it plays. But there's nothing wrong with these at all. Honestly, they play good. Just get used to that slow side. Break it in, get it really, really nice and soft, and then they slow down a little bit and they do what you want them to. So that, guys, is the short and sweet on the Ultra Vapor R. If you guys like this one, please give me that thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your buddies, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.